A most harrowing day today. 3:48 p.m. on a Saturday, the 23rd of March, 2024. One very frazzled and hazzled we were in Roseman, California. We had a power outage. Equipment failure with one of the poles that's in the area of Roseman and Edwards Air Force Base. And apparently, we probably had some storm winds and damaged the pole that had to be replaced and the lines. And it took it a while. Um, I am trying to get my computers working again. I'm checking up on power, trying to see if I can get everything else recharged again. I used up a generator trying to get a laptop power, but that was a mistake right there. And all I'm seeing right now is I've got a main laptop that still needs to be. And it's got 50% power, so I can't use the mainframe just yet. Not until I have sufficient charge in it. An old refrigerator I had a while ago had to be replaced for a new one here. And before it got replaced, it kept it kept freezing up, so I had to improvise by getting bags of ice and um, several blue ice pods or whatever the hell they call them. But anyway, I had to get them frozen and really on standby, so every time the refrigerator had a kink in it, I kept bringing out two igloos. One tall ice chest and the other one just a broad chest, and they fit on my desk. I would put liquid, milk. If I still had 1 gallon, it goes in the main igloo with a few other items and stick blue ice in there. And a larger chest. It's basically a can cooler, about 12 pack or 6 pack or something like that. There, 12 pack, I think. No, 6 pack. Oh, I don't care. I still had room in the thing. I would get another blue ice or at least bag of ice and put stuff into it that needs to be replaced. Because I remember losing food left and right. And I remember spending about almost $200 for replacement each time the damn thing went out. So I had to be smart about this one. But also, on occasions, Rosamond gets power outages one way or another. The poles get snapped, either by accident or by weather. And we get occasional power outages all over the damn place. This time, only one particular town, my area, got nailed. They said since 4 o'clock, but there was no indication of it. I still had power because I had lights around 4 o'clock in the morning. But around 7 o'clock in the morning, everything else went dark. So I sent out the alert immediately over to Edison on it and then had to keep putting it out there. I'm grateful about a lot of things happening today. I almost lost my keys to the house. A good neighbor picked them up and held onto them. When he saw me outside looking for my keys, he called for me. Thank God bless this guy. Oh man, I don't care. They're good neighbors we have in this place, this complex. At least they care, and I care about them too. It's nice to have neighbors to care about. Makes existence bearable. Right now, I'm just getting my main laptop charging because it needs a great deal of power. It sucked up a hell of a lot for my small portable generator. I was going to be using it for the CPAP. I think I need a larger one than that to power my CPAP for maybe a few hours if necessary. I discovered that I've gotten used to the CPAP so much that I can't sleep without it. I kid you not. It's not just the sound, but it's also the force of air going into my lungs. And I can moderate with just a little bit of breathing of a comfort level that I can actually sleep with. I tried sleeping without the power on and the compressor going. It was just not the same. I was fighting it left and right. I was trying to fight sleep, but I wanted to sleep for a couple hours at least. Barely. I don't even remember what the hell happened. I thought maybe I could trick my body and my brain into something psychological, such as, can I do this without the power, without the air going in here, but just with the mask on, and maybe that would help. No, not really, because my body had gotten used to so much of the air pressure going in that it's becoming harder and harder for me not to sleep without it. But I'm grateful I still got it and it's still working. That's good. There was also a binder that I mentioned in my earlier videos that had some of my own school notes in it, apparently. I apparently transferred the papers off of it and stored them somewhere else, but probably nearby anyway. I think it was my mother's or my brother's logs, so I've got them somewhere stored. Near me, I guess. One of the bags I got. But that's okay. That's okay. I felt good. I found the boulder. I found it. I got it. So I'm all right with that. My dog was going crazy because everyone else was going crazy outside. Actually, the tension level outside was just there. Somehow she sensed it and she wanted to just go running around left and right. She ran a little bit, also throughout the house. I still have to moderate her diet more and more. Because sometimes if I don't get it right, her body will tell me one way or another, and thank God for pads. Because at least I can clean this stuff up and take care of it when I need to. So I was waiting for her to wake up in about a couple hours, hopefully. It may have been raining all day, off and on, but we've had storm clouds coming in. I haven't heard any big ones yet coming through, but I'm still expecting them. Other than that, bug war still continues. It was just frantic today, It was just one of those kind of days that everything else is going crazy and tizzy, and you just want to go, ah. I've discovered I am more and more in tune with damn computer products and electrical power and machinery and gadgets than I am in a simple book to get my head unraveled a bit. My brother's old book. I used a little bit of it, but this is still my brother's book. I've kept it for so long. I've done a puzzle or two in it, just to keep me occupied, just to keep me calm. I think my brother would probably want me to fill it up. I still wanted to keep it as is because it always is. But I still needed to have it. I still needed to use it. So I hope you don't mind, but I am going to use the damn thing. I'm still going to keep it. Because what's been going on these days? Oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I have to make more preparations and more planning on getting emergency lighting in this place. It's one thing if I have to use the Christmas lights, maybe on an emergency, a real emergency, but camping lights I would need, maybe a couple of them anyway. There's one for the living room, one for the bedroom anyway. I still got Christmas lights hung up over there, and I had them plugged in. And when they were off and they were still plugged in, that was the clue that, we still got the power off. And then a short time ago, about almost an hour ago, within that time period, within that time period, I failed to notice for 10 seconds. I had a fan go on. I had the light go on. I had the cable box activating. I'm like, huh? And I went nuts on that one, like, power! Yeah. I'll tell you one thing, we're so dependent upon gadgets and power, it's not even funny these days. I mean, hell, growing up, we had portable radios. We had batteries for those 9 volts. We had double A's, triple A's, D cells, C cells for those monsters. And for radios, even they came out with the Panasonic television and radio. This was a frickin' monster my brother had. Huge ass monster. It had a black and white screen on the damn thing. It had a radio for AM FM on it. Dave busted the antenna, so he had to keep using a wire co-hanger for an antenna on the thing. And he kept feeding it about 6 to 8 D cells on this thing. But the one thing about this Panasonic, he can kick it, he can sit on the damn thing, and it still worked. He even told me he dropped it and the damn thing still worked. I was solid state electronics in there. Whoa. And we still had a screen to watch. He lost that one a long time ago when we lost our stuff years ago during that Caro shit. But, things happen. It just kind of reminded me of it, that's all. These days we have look at our phones and we already got our televisions right there. As long as we got a Wi-Fi connection or cellular connection, we can practically pick up anything television, I guess, or video if you want to call it that way. We didn't have it growing up as kids. Portable handhelds to huge ass Walkman. You see this Walkman sprouting 2 legs and 2 arms and something of a head bopping and bebopping and stuff like that. And something dancing with it, and you heard this. I'm like, okay. Sometimes you hear beach music coming out of it. Sometimes you hear rock and roll, and other times you hear other music coming out of it. And then you didn't know what the hell was going on after that. But yeah. Well, we got so into these things. CD players came out, big monsters, portable players. That was a fun thing concerning about portable players. You had to get extra equipment for this damn thing. I mean, yeah, you got to get the headphones for it, but yeah, you got to get a case for it. Then you got to get a case for the music that you get, and you're carrying a bunch of shit with you. Sometimes you may have a big suitcase with you or backpack and have all the gear with it. And then you had to be careful, extra careful with the CDs. Because scratch that, you lost it. You've lost it. You had to get a new one. If there was a crack somewhere in there, it's gone. It's history. Toss the damn thing out. It's bad enough when you had to make your own music on it. I mean, we did that for the cassette tapes a long time ago. I remember there was record places out there, chains out there like Warehouse and other places that would make you, actually would have the customer make their own music. They would take their own compilations, selections, and put them into this compilation machine, and they'd come out with a compilation tape. My brother and I would have an army of that stuff. But hell, for me, all I had to do was just tape things off of a tape recorder, or one tape recorder next to a tape recorder or television, and I'd get my own compilation that way. I did that. Be convoluted, but shit, I still listen to it. Even micro cassettes, I could do that one. when they weren't digital, when they were just small micro cassettes and small tapes. Thank God I didn't have those things jammed up. Those things were a pain in the butt to take care of. The bigger ones, actually. Smaller ones, I didn't have any problems with those. Came in handy when it came out for class notes. Go to college, take out the tape recorder, click. Yeah, professor, what do you got? You listen to the lecture notes on the old Italian stuff and rewind it and listen to it. They didn't have policies back then concerning about that. Now they do. Past 20 years I've had, I think in the past 20 years more than that, they had privacy laws and regulations in the campuses of can a professor allow this to be taped or not? And if there is, there's certain conditions. If the students agreed to get taped because they're listening to lecture notes, that's fine. But if they didn't, then you couldn't tape. It's fair. It's fair. Other than that, I'm just waiting for things to get taken care of. I'm just waiting for my computers to work already. I'll tell you, being without a computer, let alone a cell phone, is aggravating. I've gotten so used to these things that they're like a necessity. It's like my CPAP machine. I can't live without it. I kid you not. I have to get me different charger units that are going to last a hell of a lot longer than the ones I've got right now. And I have to keep those damn things up constantly charged. Just in case we happen to run into a situation where I'm going to be needing to have the phone and I'm not going to have any more power to it except for the chargers. It usually happens over at the college campus anyway when I go to school. Go to different places to charge them up. Study halls or computer labs, wherever I can plug it in and charge up the phone and the power strips, power supplies. Because transportation from place to place, there is no place to charge, so bring your own chargers. But that's what I did. That's what I did. But being dependent upon technology, it's like being dependent upon YouTube for your life. I posted just to let people know what was going on. I didn't mean to freak out anybody else out there, but I wanted to tell them what was going on. And I also wanted to prepare myself and many others who have watched this thing that we all have to prepare one way or another. This is good training. This is good training because we might have another earthquake, and if we do, we are going to be in serious. We are really going to be in serious issues. It means I need to be first aid trained at this point. I need to have first aid kit ready just to rock and roll. I need to have the ready to eat stuff with can openers and stuff to cook with or not cook with. Just rip it open and wolf. But the other thing is, I still have to look out for my dog. Edison.
Power is restored in your surrounding area. Outage number 0008003082221. 1047 West Rosamond Boulevard. If your service has not been restored, or if you have any problems with your power, your circuit breaker may need to be reset. For information, visit sce.com/outage. If power has not been restored, press 2. To repeat this message, press star.
No, I am simply going to hang up on it and let my phone continue to charge. It's thirsty. But put that on record anyway. Yeah, it's the address of the facility. Some people actually know exactly where I live. But that's fine. I'm not going to stress over it. I'm not going to. This was needed. This was needed to hear, and I needed to get that on record just to see what was going on. So yeah, I have been so dependent upon machines and technology these days. Getting older and getting more and more with it these days that I've forgotten what it was like a long time ago not to have this kind of stuff. But also worried about whether or not I was actually going to survive with it or without it. And these days, oh, these days. Anyway, I just had to get this little progress report. Yeah, I'm alive. I'm kicking. Freaking. I'm freaking about it, but I'm okay. For right now, we'll see what happens later.